All right, bliss and love, family. Yes, so I was a member of a cult for most of my life, and I didn't even know it until recently. Like when I say recently, within the last couple of years. Okay, and this was after I decided that I wanted nothing to do with organized religion. Nothing. So that would include Watchtower and the Jehovah's Witnesses religion. All right. So something happened today which put the fire to me to actually do this video, right? Yeah. So my mom called me earlier today. And she was cordial in the beginning. She was like, well, Tina, why would you, my family calls me Tina. Why would you say that this organization is a cult? I was like, who told you that? That's besides the point. I'm not going to tell, I'm not getting into that, whatever. Okay. I've been down this road with my mom before and other family members. I've been shunned and ostracized, you know what I'm saying? Told they can't associate with me in the whole nine. Like, yeah, I've been there. So, been there, done that. So, eventually, their conscience bothers them, right? You know, because this whole conditioning and program goes against the core of who they are. Like, I know my family loves me. I mean, how could they not love me? You know what I'm saying? I'm a very lovable person and I'm a loving person. I love my family. I love my mother. I love, you know what I'm saying? We don't see eye to eye on things, but anyway. So the purpose of this video is to share some of the characteristics and the signs of a cult and why I know I was in a cult, right? It took me years to even figure that out. But yeah, my mom didn't really want to hear why I said it was a cult. She just can't believe that I said it. And before I could even say anything, she was like, I'm not going to associate with you, which she's done that several times. I'm not going to associate with you. This is evil. And I'm saying she said this is evil because I'm really not sure if she said I'm evil. She's gone down that, you know, that path before. Yeah. But I know it's conditioning. I love them no matter what. All right. And for the family member, the incognito family member that keeps running back to my mummy and letting my mummy see what I'm doing on social media, you know what I'm saying? Please let her know that I love her. And I love you too. Right? Even though you've been, you know, kind of corny and goofy by running to my mother and telling on me, like that's supposed to stop me from doing the work that I'm doing. You know, that this is what I'm supposed to be doing, contrary to what Watchtower tells me what I'm supposed to be doing. This is what my soul, this is what God within tells me that I'm supposed to be doing, because I'm a water bearer, 1. I'm a light worker, 2. 3, I am the alarm clock. So whether you want to hit dismiss, you know, you want to scroll, which you should be doing it anyway, because if you're Jehovah's Witness, you should be scrolling by. You shouldn't even be bothered. You shouldn't even be listening to anything that I'm saying, because what I'm about to say is disparaging, even though it is the truth. All right? You are instructed not to even watch anything that I have to do. I was about to curse, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to stay in my God-like space, right? All right. But I love you. So make sure you share this video with her. Okay? All right. So I'm giving you a little bit more background. I gave up everything to be one of Jehovah's Witnesses. I wasn't always a Jehovah's Witness. I went to church. My mom used to be holiness. My dad was Baptist. I had other family members that were Baptist. I was in the choir, loved it, whatever. Always had an affinity for God. I always wanted to be intimate with God, right? I wanted to be right with God. And the one thing that Jehovah's Witnesses do is like they attract you with all these beautiful things to look forward to when it comes to this new world that they talk about, the paradise, right? And so I started studying with them at the age of 9 or 10 years old, even before my mother started studying with them. And I liked what they were saying because they talked about how the lame and the blind will be able to walk and see again, and you'll be able to see your dead loved ones again because they're going to be resurrected, and you'll be able to play amongst a cobra's hole, and you'll be able to run with the cheetahs if you want, and you can live wherever you want to live, and it's just going to be glorious and euphoric, you know? So yeah, I was in. Took me a while to like really become indoctrinated to the point where I made sacrifices. I was very much into the arts. I love sports, so I played sports. I played instruments. I was in the chorus, right? In fact, I was selected to attend School of Performing Arts. We call Arts High in Newark, New Jersey. I went there my freshman year, gave it all up. I was selected to be in an off-Broadway play, which was huge, but because it was religiously based and not in harmony with the tenets and the doctrines of Jehovah's Witnesses, I had to turn it down flat. And I did that. It was hard, but I did it because I did it for God. I thought I was in a true religion. But anyway, let's get to the list of characteristics or signs of a cult. So perhaps you're in this predicament. Maybe you're studying with Jehovah's Witnesses, or you're on the fence as to whether or not you should continue. I'm not encouraging anybody to leave the organization, but be aware and make informed decisions. Don't be influenced by what I say. Do your own research. Do your own due diligence, right? Stop settling for the exoteric knowledge that they give the rank and file, the masses. So let me read some of these characteristics and why I know I was in a cult. Absolute authoritarianism. There's no tolerance for questions or criticizing their doctrine or their policies. There's none of that. Okay? You will be punished. And they often use your family and your friends. That's their form of punishment, because your family and your friends are conditioned and programmed to believe that if you are not working in harmony with those who consider themselves entrusted to be managers of your life and teaching you what the Bible supposedly says. And let me say something about that. They spin it. They tailor. Matter of fact, Jehovah's Witnesses have their own translation of the Bible. They've revised it in that it actually is so slanted to support their narrative, their ideology, okay, their doctrines. And most people in the Christian, even though Jehovah's Witnesses consider themselves Christian, in the Christian denominations, they know this about Jehovah's Witnesses. Okay, so they isolate the members and they penalize them for leaving. There is no dignified way to leave the organization. No, there is none of that. Like if you try to disassociate yourself from Jehovah's Witnesses, you are considered an apostate, and an apostate is a bad word. It's like evil, according to the Jehovah's Witnesses. It's not you just leaving a particular organization. No, you can't do that in a dignified way. You will be labeled basically a traitor. They seek inappropriate loyalty. There's blind loyalty to the leaders, the governing body of the Jehovah's Witnesses in New York. You can't. They expect loyalty, so they're almost like Jesus. They're almost like God, but they would never admit to that. Matter of fact, most Jehovah's Witnesses don't even realize they're in a cult because of their definition of a cult. So you can't criticize the doctrines. There's unreasonable fear about the world, right? Like you are to be neutral when it comes to politics. Don't trust people in the world. They're not worthy of being associated with. And yeah, You can never do enough.